In 5 years, you'll either have the life you actually want, or still be telling yourself, I'll start next week. And here's the scary part. The difference between those two futures, it's not talent, not luck, not connections. It's being decided right now by whether you can make yourself do the thing when you don't feel like it. And if you can't, time doesn't care. Life moves on without you. Your disciplined classmates will graduate, get opportunities, build the life you're dreaming about, while you're still working on yourself, still finding motivation, still starting over. But here's the good news. You're not broken. Your brain just doesn't work the way they taught you it works. And once you understand the real mechanism, everything changes. Not in 6 months, in 6 minutes. So here's my question. Are you going to keep doing what doesn't work? Or are you ready to see what actually does? Here's the thing about discipline. Most people treat it like a superpower you either have or you don't. Like some people are just born with an iron will, and the rest of us are doomed to scroll TikTok at 2 a.m. But that's not how it works. By the end of this video, you'll understand the secret system that makes discipline feel automatic. Not harder, not forced, automatic. And there's one counterintuitive trick that nobody talks about that makes all the difference. Let's start with a story. Meet Alex and Jamie. Both have the same exam next week. Alex sets 17 alarms, puts his phone in a locked box, downloads a productivity app that shames him when he slacks off. Every morning is a battle. Every study session is a negotiation with his own brain. Jamie just does the work, opens the laptop, studies, done. Here's what's wild. Alex has way more willpower than Jamie, but Jamie has something better. And that something is what we're about to break down. Because discipline isn't about willpower, it's about architecture. Part 1. The energy budget illusion. First thing you need to know, discipline is not a character trait. It's a budget, specifically an energy budget. Every decision you make drains it. Should I study now or later? Should I eat this or that? Should I check my phone or not? Each micro decision costs you, and by the time you sit down to do the hard thing, your battery's at 2%. So here's the trick. Stop making decisions. Wait, what? The most disciplined people don't decide to work out. They work out at 7 a.m., same time. Every day. They don't decide what to eat for breakfast. They eat the same thing. Autopilot mode. Decision fatigue is the silent killer of discipline. The fewer choices you make, the more energy you have for the things that actually matter. But here's where it gets interesting. Part 2. The 2-minute hijack. You know why you never start? It's not because the task is hard. It's because your brain sees the whole task. Write an essay. Your brain sees research, outline, draft, edit, cite sources, overwhelm, decision paralysis. So here's the cheat code. The 2-minute hijack. You don't commit to the task. You commit to 2 minutes. I'll just open the document. I'll just do one practice problem. I'll just put on my workout clothes. Here's the secret. 80% of the battle is just starting. Because once you're in motion, your brain switches modes. The resistance disappears because discipline isn't needed once you're already doing the thing. Discipline is only needed at the starting line. And 2 minutes? That's nothing. You can tolerate anything for 2 minutes. But wait, there's a catch. Part 3. The boredom threshold. Let's talk about something nobody wants to admit. You're not undisciplined. You're overstimulated. Your brain is basically a slot machine at this point. Every notification, every scroll, and every video gives you a tiny hit of dopamine. So when you sit down to study, which is slow, boring, and doesn't give you instant rewards, your brain literally feels like it's starving. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Discipline isn't about doing hard things. It's about tolerating boredom. The people who seem super disciplined, they've recalibrated their boredom threshold. They can sit with nothing happening and not feel like they're dying. So how do you do this? Simple. Not easy, but simple. Boredom training. Once a day, sit for 10 minutes with zero input. No phone, no music, no podcast. Just exist. Your brain will scream at you. But after a few days, studying starts to feel less like torture because your dopamine baseline resets. Now, here's where people mess up. Part 4. The motivation. Myth. Everyone's waiting to feel motivated. I'll start when I feel ready. I'll do it when I'm in the right mood. Remember this, that day never comes because motivation is a result, not a cause. You don't get motivated, then start. You start, then get motivated. Think about it. Ever noticed how once you're 10 minutes into a workout, you suddenly want to keep going? That's not magic. That's momentum. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. So disciplined people, they don't wait to feel like it. They act first, and the feeling follows. But even this isn't the full picture because there's one thing that makes all of this 10x easier. Part 5. The identity shift. Okay, this is the big one. Most people try to force behavior change. I need to study more. I need to work out more. But that's exhausting because it's not who they are. Here's what actually works. Identity shift. Instead of I need to study more, try I'm someone who studies. See the difference? One is a task, the other is a trait. When you're trying to be disciplined, Every action is a battle. When you are disciplined, it's just what you do. It sounds like semantics, but your brain takes identity seriously. People who see themselves as readers don't force themselves to read. They just read. People who see themselves as early risers don't debate getting up. They just get up. So ask yourself, who do I want to be? Then act like that person. Not tomorrow, not when you're ready. Right now, even if it's just for 2 minutes. Because every action is a vote for that identity. And here's the twist you've been waiting for. The real secret? Discipline doesn't restrict your freedom. It creates it. Think about it. The undisciplined person is a slave to their impulses. They're controlled by cravings, distractions, and moods. The disciplined person, they're actually free because they control their actions instead of being controlled by them. Discipline isn't a prison. It's a key. And once you realize that every disciplined choice today makes tomorrow easier, everything changes. Remember Alex and Jamie? Alex thought discipline was about fighting harder. Jamie knew it was about building systems that make fighting unnecessary. So here's your action plan. Cut decisions. Automate everything you can. Use the 2-minute hijack to kill resistance at the starting line. Train your boredom threshold. Reset your dopamine. Act first. Motivation follows. Shift your identity. Vote for who you want to be. Discipline isn't about being superhuman. It's about being strategic. And once you crack the code, it doesn't feel like discipline anymore. It feels like cheating. Now go build your system.